Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boy, is it hot. I got a notification on my phone that it's supposed to feel like 117 degrees today where I'm at. So I'm actually in my swimsuit and am about to go hang out by the pool. Not for too long though. I don't imagine it'll be very comfortable out in the heat. My pool doesn't have much coverage as far as from the sun. But I did want to go over a couple things that I hadn't really noticed too many channels going over. First off, if you've been following my channel, you know that I plan on relocating to Asia in December. I do plan on traveling, going to Nepal, Vietnam, other countries there. And at first, my intention was to be rather nomadic and not really have a base. But as I began kind of looking into it and other things, I really found the Philippines for me is a place I'm going to call my base that I operate out of. I'll be in Cebu, which has an international airport, so I can jump and go over to China or Hong Kong, Vietnam and Cambodia, places like that I'm really interested. Nepal is a big one that I've wanted to see for many years, but it's very difficult to get to. But something I wanted to go over was actually the setup costs. So the Philippines is very cheap, and it looks like on a monthly basis, or very affordable, I should say, on a monthly basis, my burn rate or how much I'm consuming will be fairly low. But there is still a substantial setup for getting everything in place. For instance, what I'm experiencing, I'm having in about a week, I'm putting a deposit down on a condo apartment in Cebu. Well, you know, here in the United States, it's common, maybe 1 month rent and a deposit of 1 month, and you're good. And a lot of times you can negotiate, or they'll have a promo where it's like half the deposit or something. Well, in the Philippines, it's pretty standard 2 months deposit, 1 month advance rent. So even at just $360, which is around where my rent's at, that's still about $1,080. And you know, mind you, I'm still paying rent here in the States. So, you know, I have to have that money available to set up, to reserve, and have my condo in place and everything. So when I get there, I will have a place to stay that's fully furnished and be set up. And a lot of people don't kind of go over the setup costs that weren't, they're kind of known for anybody that's nomadic, but they can kind of be surprising to some people, because you might think, oh, a $300 apartment rent, well, you know, $300 deposit and I'm in. So no, it's going to be closer to about 1080 on the one I'm looking at. The other things that for me personally that I'm having to experience is my phone plan, and I change my number every couple of years because I don't like, you know, every now and then I get on a list. Like just recently I applied I was shopping around for health insurance because I wanted to see what would be covered internationally. And I got on this list and my phone blew up with no less than like 100 calls a day. And none of them could beat what I already had. So it was very irritating and I just stopped answering it. But for me, I'm changing my number and I'm getting a new phone. When I do that, I'll probably be getting the iPhone 17. I'm going to wait till November because I know the iPhone 18 is coming out in September. And then also Black Friday, I kind of figure there'll hopefully be some good deals, at least maybe $100 or $200 cheaper than what it is now by November. And I'll be getting the iPhone 17. And I plan on using Saley, which I found out it's a dollar setup and like $8 a month. And it's an international plan. Like your US number will work everywhere you go. In addition to all that, Saley's US number works with what are called OTPs, the one-time push authentications. So with my banking and everything that I have set up, when they have to send me a code for me to confirm my identity, I'll be able to receive that in Asia. The other thing that's kind of, you know, again, kind of just it's part of the thing is obviously with that, I have to change all my numbers with my banks and institutions to that number. And the other thing that you might want to be careful about is, like for me, I'm also setting up a virtual mailbox. So a lot of places, if you call in and you're trying to change your telephone number and address, that raises red flags. And a lot of times they won't allow you to do both at the same time. They'll require you to wait 30 days to change one. At least, again, with mine, I think USA is that way. Stride, the bank I'm also with, is that way. So it's just kind of, again, just something to be aware of if you're planning on relocating to Asia. It's just something that I personally experienced. Also, as far as my virtual mailbox, something that at first I was going to have a friend here from where I'm in currently, Oklahoma, just kind of collect my mail, and I was going to have it sent to him. But it occurred to me that since I will be filing my taxes as U.S. citizens are supposed to, even when they're abroad. If I keep my Oklahoma state of residency, I have to pay Oklahoma state income tax. And I ran the math, and it about where I'll be, it's going to be about $300 a month. Whereas if I use a virtual mailbox and set my residency to Texas, where I'm actually from, there's no income tax. And the one I found was only about $100, $120 if I do monthly, and then like $105 if I pay it annually. So it just made a lot more sense for me to set everything to Texas. Again, I'm from Texas. I'm very proud of Texas. So I also liked that, my address will be in the state I'm born and raised in as well. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys like a little bit of an update. It's been a great week. They're going by so quickly now. Another reason I'm getting the iPhone 17 is because, I'll have a better camera. I'm recording all this on my iPad now. So it's one of those things I hope to, especially when I hit the ground in Cebu, I'll have a lot to record and show you guys. And then as I travel abroad, I'll document that as well. And I'm also looking forward to my first budget, doing my first budget video while I'm in the Philippines, because I think even though if you watch other videos, you're already probably surprised at what you get for the cost in those areas. I think I'm doing mine the best I can with the burn rate and what I'm trying to keep my expenses down to. I'm actually, not to give away too much information, but my budget in the Philippines is actually what my rent without electric is here in Oklahoma, which is a very cheap place to live. So I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to it. In the first month, I'll actually be staying somewhere else, and it'll be a little bit more of a vacation. I think I already covered that in a previous video, but I've only got 4 more months, and they are going by very quickly. And there's just a lot of things that you got to kind of be ahead of to make sure they don't bite you when you do land there. If any of y'all are planning on traveling, and some of y'all watching this might already be nomads and already have this down. But some of this was a little bit of not really a surprise. I think a known expense that I knew of, but just something that, a lot of budget videos I've seen kind of show the monthly rent, but they don't show that, hey, you had to have $1,000 to do that. You had to have the deposit and the first month's rent and everything in line. Not to mention, the flights and all that stuff over there. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick update for this week, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you very much.